Hello there, everyone. My name is Dara Walter of Pickled Peppers Creative Cafe at pickledpepperscreative.com. Welcome to my craft room. Hello, how are you? Come on in, come on in. Today is Thursday, October 12th, 2023. And on Thursdays, something special happens around here. On Thursdays, I come to you in a video to share a project with you. And so today is that day. So welcome. Hello. How are you? When you pop in, make sure to say hi. Just let me know that you're here. If you want to say anything else, you can too. But yeah, chat with me. Let me know how you are. Whether or not you plan on being crafty or you have been crafty this week, because I always like to hear that, and just how you're doing and hello. So come on in. Hey, Beth. Beth has been crafting. Fantastic. I'm excited that you've been crafting, Beth. What have you been doing? This is the time of year to craft. I haven't gotten as much crafting done as I would like to have done by now. Life circumstances. So sometimes you have to pay attention to life first. So it's slowing me down a little bit, but it hasn't taken it away. And the fantastic thing is that Thursday keeps me here with you. So I'm always thankful for that. Hi, Amy. I see Amy is here. Hi, Amy. Michelle is here. Hey, Michelle. Happy Friday Eve. Happy Crafty Thursday. Thank you guys for being here. Come on in. Tonight, we're gonna do something a little bit different. And I think you're going to like it. I, of course, love it, but we're going to play a little bit with ink. So I think that you'll be inspired by it. I hope you are. And I'm sure that you'll let me know if you're inspired by it. So we're just chatting for a moment. I don't think I have any announcements for you that are official. I have an online retreat coming up. The weekend of November 10th. So the registration will be coming up for that really quickly. I think I have it finished, so tonight or tomorrow. And I have monthly card class that is coming up as well. But official announcements, I don't have any tonight. But those are some things to keep in the back of your mind. Hi, Anna. I see Anna's watching. Thank you so much for being here. Hello, hello. So it's about 7:18. Let's go ahead and turn down. I'm going to show you guys how to use a product tonight if you haven't used it. And actually, if you have and you do have the product, let me know in the comments. I would like to know that. So let's go ahead and turn down. Like I said, we're going to be playing with stamps, inks, and paper tonight. So, I see Marie. Hi, Marie. Welcome, welcome. Hello. Hello, hello. You guys don't forget to chat with me because I love chatting with you. And if for some reason I don't see your comments, I think I'm able to see them a little bit better now. But if for some reason I miss it, I'll definitely go back after the live. Or if you have questions, let me know where you're from. Let me know whether you're watching live, so say hi, or you're watching the replay. I love to hear that. Or if you're watching on YouTube, you can leave a comment as well. Share the video or give a thumbs up or a heart if you love what we're doing tonight. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We'll talk about what we're using. So I have, we're actually not using white today. Marie says, got my free shipping order. Yes, thank you for reminding me of that. I did get my free shipping order in yesterday, and I hope the rest of you did too. I hope you saw that we had free shipping. I don't care where it is, what I'm doing online. I just hate to pay for shipping. Anyone else like that? You just hate to pay for shipping? Hi, Nympha. Welcome. Happy Crafty Thursday. So anytime there's free shipping, that's always a carrot that I grab a hold of. I don't know. Something in the psyche, I think. All right, so tonight we're actually using Very Vanilla. I have two thicknesses of the Very Vanilla. So this one is a little thinner. This is our regular, so it's just like our Whisper White or Basic White. Oh my gosh. For those of you who have been around Stampin' Up! For quite a while, Anna, you ordered on Monday and it shipped already. Yes. That's amazing. I hope that everything comes timely. It's always exciting to get packages in the mail. I love it. Yes, I said Whisper White. Our white is called Basic White, but it used to be called Whisper White some time ago. And so we have two cardstocks that come in both the thick and the basic thickness, and that is the Very Vanilla, so that's what we're using today, and then the Basic White. And I'm going to go ahead and bring in my trimmer because we're going to need that too. But the product that we're using tonight, let me show you. It's on page 47 of the holiday catalog. And here they are. Well, let's get into the frame there. So they're the Abundant Beauty Decorative Masks. Have you guys used masks? Does anyone have these? If you don't, I'm going to show you how to use them. So super simple. And if you know me, you know that I have a penchant for sunflowers. I love them. So I've been itching to use this. And so I'm going to use it today and share that with you. So this is page 47 of the mini catalog. I'll show you what the front of the catalog looks like. It's the one that is long or wide. I guess that's what I want to say. So this is the mini catalog. So that's it. I'm going to show you how super simple it is and how very elegantly beautiful this is. It is quick and simple, but it is lovely. And then I'm going to give you a little bit of a tip for how I do it. It may not be the official way or the best way, but it works for me. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut a mat here that is 5 1/4 by 4, and this is what we're going to add ink to for our mask. So here's this. Nympha, you have a few from years back. Oh yes, masks. You know, we have them and I like to use them for mixed media or mixed media look, and I love them. I don't use them as often as I probably would like to. But these I really like, and I'm going to show you why I like them. All right, so next we have our thick Very Vanilla mat, and this layer is going to be our card base. That's why we're using thick, and we're going to do a standard book fold or book open card base. So actually I'm going to turn it the long way, score it at 4 1/4. Now remember, if you're using your Stampin' trimmer, you have a scoring blade and a cutting blade. And I actually have to take pause whenever I use this because I have actually cut when I meant to score. And that's frustrating. Not so much because I can always use the layers for mats, but if that's not what I was intending to do, I get frustrated with myself. All right, let's go ahead and put that away. So this is our trimmer. Yeah, if you don't have this, you see those two little blades? The lighter one is for scoring and the darker one is for cutting. You'll love it. You'll hear me say this on probably every video that I ever make where I'm using that trimmer because it's my most used tool in my whole craft room. All right, so we have a card base, we have a mat. So here I have gone ahead, and this is the Something Fancy, I think is what they're called. Something Fancy dies. So I've gone ahead and cut a mat using the Something Fancy. And then let me show you the masks. Actually, they are way cool, really cool. So I have them open. Oh, this is the back of the paper. And so look, there are 3 dies or 3 masks that are not the sunflower. So it comes with snowflake. And then, isn't this cute? The little leaves and the oak leaves. There are some acorns and then houndstooth. So I haven't played with these yet. I will eventually get around to them, but there are the sunflowers. So definitely using the sunflowers. So let me tell you a little bit about these. They are layering mats. If you haven't seen the layering mats before, so you, just as they suggest, you're going to stack them on top of each other one at a time and apply color. So they'll layer. And the nice thing about it, 2 things that I wanted to point out to you, is you see that little divot? So this little divot here will help you in lining up. The good news is I have found that the sunflower itself and the leaves, I needed that little divot for, or I felt, more comfortable with placement. But then the last 2, they have that little divot, but I didn't need them because once you've applied color, you can see through them. And I'll show you when we get started, but you won't need it. It'll give you confidence if you're using these. The other nice thing about them, and I'll bring it really close, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see. Can you see that they're numbered? Can you see that number 1 on there? So they're numbered 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you'll know which order to use them. So I really like that. I really like layering masks. And in general, I like anything that makes my creativity or creating easier. So in the catalog, they have matched the Abundant Beauty decorative masks with this stamp set. And we got quite a glare, don't we? It is called So Sincere. Boy, I can't get away from that glare. Maybe I'll try and scooch that light back just a little. But anyway, there's some cute sentiments on here, but I am not going to use this. I actually wanted a sentiment that was horizontal with a bigger font, with a thicker font. So I nabbed, it's not that much thicker, but I nabbed this big thanks out of the Season of Chic. So this is what you're going to see me use. And then I have some embellishment, the adhesive back speckled dots. If you haven't seen them, these are them. So this is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of a crumb cake, and I'm thinking that we're going to use that or the Old Olive, because we're using Old Olive for the leaves. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me show you how easy peasy this is. And I actually used an embossing folder also. The online exclusives, there is a trio of embossing folders that you can get. And I believe this is one of them. So it is, I don't know what it is, like starfish, but I did use that, and I'm going to show you why. So let's get started. Let's make a little bit of room. I have quite the mess here. I'm going to go ahead and let's fold our card and give it a nice burnish with our bone folder so it lays nice and flat. And then we're just going to set the card base and the die cut aside for a moment while we do a little bit of inking and layering. So if you notice, I have grid paper here. And the reason that I have grid paper is I could tape my mat down with washi tape. I'm not going to. I am always in such a big hurry. I hate having to fuss with it. I will if I have to, but I think this gives me a little bit of a way to cheat without having to use washi tape. So I am just, this line here in the center, I'm just lining my left edge up and then the bottom edge. So it just kind of lets me know where I want to place this. And then I am going to take the first mat. That little divot should go towards the top, okay? So it should go towards the top of your work. Are we too far off? Oh no, I see what I'm seeing. Are you guys able to see okay? Let's make sure. Maybe we can move forward a little bit. There, how's that? That's a little better. Okay, so I've lined the left edge and the bottom edge, and then the little divot should go towards the top. And I'm just gonna kind of eyeball. Like I said, you can see your mat. Can you see how you can see your mat right through your cardstock mat, right through the layer of the mask? So as long as my cardstock mat is where I want it to be, I'm going to grab a pen or a pencil, and I'm just going to hold this down a little bit and put a line right where the divot is. So this is my easy peasy way. There may be a better way. If you have a Stamparatus, if you were lucky enough to get a Stamparatus before we discontinued them, that would be fantastic. But if you want a quick and easy way, this is a quick and easy way. And this is just going to let me know where I want to drop the mat. So I know now where I want my card mat because I'm lining it up here, and then I know where I want my mask. I'm just going to put it right in that little divot, and it's going to put this kind of where I want it to be. All right, so the next thing we're going to need are blending brushes. You can also use sponges if that is what you use. I love our blending brushes, so I'm going to use blending brushes. And let me talk about the colors that I'm using. So you see I have 5 brushes here, and I have a variety of ink. I have Early Espresso, I have Wild Wheat, I have Old Olive, I have Crushed Curry, and I have Pumpkin Pie. You see how messy they are? I've been playing. So lifting the ink with the blending brushes is just a tad bit messy. So you're going to want to make sure that you have your surface covered. All right, so we're going to start by applying ink to the inside of the sunflower. Mine is going to be two-tone. Let me tell you something else about my blending brushes. You can wash them. I never wash mine. I never wash them. I just have dedicated brushes for color families. And I actually grabbed a mini one today because I wasn't sure about the Wild Wheat. It's not quite yellow, it's not quite green, and it's not quite brown. And because of that, I just wasn't sure. So I grabbed a brush for that. But in general, I do not wash my brushes. I have one for orange colors, one for red, one for green, blue, brown, etc. So I think I have like nine brushes, and they work good for me for most things. And then I'm gonna grab a little bit of scrap paper that we can, let's put it here. We're gonna rub our dropped a brush. We're gonna rub our brushes on. So, and when I'm done with them, I just rub them on a piece of scrap paper like this until I've rubbed most of the color out. And I keep them, look, I keep them in a little cup here. You see that? So that's something to know about them. All right, so we're going to start out with both crushed curry and pumpkin pie. And I want the inside of the flower closest to where the seeds will be. I want that to be pumpkin pie. So I want it to be a little darker and then lighter around the outside of the petals. So I'm going to grab the pumpkin pie, and I have my orange. And let me show you kind of how I just kind of pick a spot and rub and pick up some ink. And then if you've not used blending brushes before, you will want to have, that's why I have the little scratch paper here to the side. You're going to want to rub a little bit in a circle, kind of like when you're putting on makeup. If you're a makeup girl and you don't want it to be streaky, it's kind of the same thing. And so after I've done that, I'm going to go ahead right in the center. So, and I think there's plenty of ink here for all three flowers. So I'm just going to kind of rub around the center, and I'm done. Okay. So we're going to keep this layer on, and I have another brush for my yellowish colors. It's a smaller one. And so I'm going to use this with the crushed curry. And the same way, I'm just going to pick up a little bit of ink just by smushing it right into the ink pad. Smush, smush. Pick some ink up. I don't even care where I rub it. I'm going to rub it around a little bit so it will be smooth when we apply it. I'm going to hold the mask down, and this time I'm going to go around the outer circumference. And if you feel like you need to pick up a little more ink, then yeah, you would do so in the same manner. Let's just grab a little more. Oh, I move that a little bit. You guys, this is so beautiful. You guys, I think when you see this, you're going to be really wowed. I believe you're going to be wowed. So, it's so amazing how just rubbing a brush on paper can make something really beautiful. All right, so we are done with this portion. And I just took a diaper wipe when I was ready to clean it. But this is, can you see that? Look how beautiful this is already. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at the color. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the hearts. I think it's amazing. All right, so remember, I already know where I want to place it, because the next mask, or number 2, are the leaves. And so once again, the number 2 is up and that little divot is up. Remember, we talked about that. Thank you, Marie. Isn't it pretty? It is. I don't know. I am just amazed. I love this. I love the layering masks, because then it just kind of takes the work out of it for you. Even with the ones that aren't layering, like that houndstooth, you could use multiple colors and just kind of smush your ink around wherever you want it to be and lift it, and voila, you have a beautiful background. So it doesn't take much to amaze me, you guys. Thank you so much. All right, so we're going to go ahead and bring in the green. Remember, I have one for green. I use it for all of my greens. When I'm done with the one green, I just kind of smush it on some scratch paper and take away the excess. So we're going to do the same thing. We have our 3 leaves, and you notice that we're not going to get our entire leaf on the mat. I'm okay with that. Totally okay, because the mat is the size that we want it to be, and that randomness, I think, just adds character to your project. All right, so in the same manner, we're going to do the same thing, just kind of smush around. And you know what? You could, if you wanted to, you could do your leaves two-tone as well, right? I think having a little bit of brown at the top of your leaves would be fitting or believable for this time of year when the real leaves on trees are turning brown, don't you think? We can go ahead and move this. And then the remaining 2 masks, remember I said you'll be able to see through, so I don't think you need that little divot anymore. I found that I didn't. But you are going to want to make sure that you have the divot towards the top edge of your work. And you see where the openings need to line up. You can also see that when you put your mask down. So you see why I said that once you have the leaves and the sunflower for placement, you don't need it for the remaining 2. But you can if you want. The little divots are there, but I'm happy to freehand it. So we're going to bring in a little bit of wild wheat. And remember the brush that I started today because I'm not quite sure where this falls in. You're going to see it. This part is really wow, you guys. Watch. So we're picking up some ink again on our brush. And we're going to smooth it out a little bit. And write in all 3 circles or openings that we have. So we're filling in the part of the sunflower where the seeds go. And this kind of looks a little weird at first because I'm using the wild wheat, and you would think a sunflower is not this bright in the center, but watch this. Okay. Then we're going to bring in our brown, the early espresso, and our final matte. Once again, I didn't need that little divot. I am going to want to make sure that it is placed upwards, however, but you can. If you want to line it up and do it that way, you can. I think eyeballing it is really good at this point because these are our seeds. Can you see that? These are going to be our seeds, so you just kind of know where they go because you can see through the opening on the mask, right? So the last color we're going to bring in, close these up because I don't trust myself not to make a mess, is the early espresso. It's our darkest color. Let's cover this up really quickly. I'm dangerous with multiple open stamp pads. All right, so this is our last bit of coloring that we have to do. So we're just going to rub our blending brush right in the center of the ink pad. Again, we're going to roll it around so we smooth the color out and just color right into the openings of the mask. We have 3 of them. And again, if you think it needs to be a little darker, just ink it up again. All right, are we ready for the magic? Let me show you guys how beautiful this is. And here we have it. Isn't this gorgeous? Thank you. Thanks for the hearts. You guys, this is so beautiful just by smushing ink around on paper. I don't know. I don't know about you, but I'm amazed with it. I think it's really, really gorgeous. So you see how quickly that went too? 4 steps. So we had the 4 masks and we just applied different colors and we came out with this very beautiful, beautiful layer. Now, remember I told you that we also use the embossing folder. I'm not going to get up. My embossing machine is on the other side of the room, but you can run this through your embosser. I just love giving texture to my layers. Look at that. Run it through your embossing machine and the magic of video. Oh, here we have it. Oh, thank you, Marie. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Nympha. Nympha, you say it looks a bit 3D, doesn't it? It's amazing. I don't know. And then when you emboss it, thank you so much, you guys. When you emboss it, I don't know. I think it's lovely either way. And maybe I can repeat the card. We'll do one that's embossed and one that's not. We'll see. I don't know. It just, the embossing softened the color a bit, don't you think? All right, so now let's go ahead and bring in our card base. We'll set this one aside, and remember I have the other half of the cardstock. So we'll just fold it in half. So we'll do both of these. We'll leave one. Let's see, I have an extra. So I have an extra die cut, but I only have 2. That means that I'm going to have to be really careful and stamp these without making a mistake. And then again, the stamp that I'm using is a large thanks. Can you see that? Hi, Julie. Yes, you are so right. You know, I was going to ask about scrapbooking. Oh, yes, Beth, thank you. Julie, love the embossed card. Isn't the embossed so beautiful? Yes, Beth, you're right. It does make a difference. It's just very lovely. It makes it really subtle. I don't know. It gives it character, especially if you are, if you love mixed media and that kind of thing. Julie is really right. This would make a beautiful mat for your scrapbooking. How many scrapbookers do we have out there? I am a scrapbooker at heart. That's my first love. I'm going to use this big fat thanks from the Season of Chic, and we're going to stamp that with early espresso. So let's go ahead and do that. And like I said, I didn't make myself, I have one backup mat. So keep your fingers crossed that I stamp this and it looks good. Just gonna tap, tap, tap right into my early espresso. And let's kind of put this to the side. I'm always afraid to put my head in your way so that you can't see. The Season of Chic, this thank you that I'm using is photopolymer. So technically I should be using a little bit of cushion. I'm being a bit of a rebel. All right, we'll stamp the other one. So we're gonna do both of them. We'll do the embossed and then we'll do the non-embossed. I'm not sure how straight that thanks is, but it's on there, so we're gonna roll with it. All right, so let's finish our card up. Thank you guys so much for the thumbs up and the hearts. I appreciate you. I really do. I appreciate you so much. All right, so let's do one at a time. I have the leaf punch. This actually coordinates with, I think it's lots of leaves. And I have a little bit of old olive. I wasn't sure if I was going to use this, but let's see how it looks. Let's just punch a couple of leaves out. And we're going to need a few. We need 4. We have both cards, so let's punch these out. I don't know. I might use these. I love having dimension. Yeah, this is handy, 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 handy. All right, I don't think we're gonna use the small ones. I'll put those aside for a different project. And then we have 2 and 2. More than likely, I'll stick them to the back of our sentiment mat because I like to do that quite a bit. And that kind of breaks up the 2 layers. Do you guys think so? Yes or no? Shall we use those? Okay, let's do it. I have thumbs up. All right, so I'm going to stick them to the back of the mat, and let's grab some Stampin' Seal Plus. Just going to put a little bit down. And we're going to put this up on dimensionals, but I prefer the dry adhesive, and this just allows me to do it. So good. I think that looks good. And then somewhere here, I thought I grabbed twine. Oh, maybe that's what rolled away. Oh, here we go. So the linen thread. Let's use some linen thread. We can open this up, and I'm just going to wind it around the first layer, right? Because we need to be able to open the card. So we can't put it on the card layer itself, but I think I'm going to wrap it around the center here a couple of times and tie it in a nice bow here on the side. Keep your fingers crossed that I tie a quick and easy bow. I don't have nails. Did you guys notice that? I was gonna go get my nails done and I wanted a fresh set, but when I popped them off, my nail beds were really sore and thin. So I have to give them about a week to get strengthened up a bit. They were kind of sore. Beauty has a price tag, right? The things that we do. So yeah, the moral of that story is that I think I should be able to tie a bow a little better today since I don't have the extra appendages. But I don't know. Thinking and doing are two different things sometimes. So you guys, oh, Beth, yes. Marie, you did your own. Yes. I'm pulling that a little more tightly than I want to. Let's try it one more time. Third time's a charm, right? Or maybe I can loosen it. Let's see. There we go. Just pulling it a little tight. All right. Boy, that was painful. Let's go ahead and cut the end. So you guys, how many of you scrapbook? I'm curious. When I first learned of Stampin' Up was a new company, and I went to an expo. I went to a craft expo, and there was a Stampin' Up demonstrator sitting in the booth, and she made her own page titles. She had huge letter stamps, and she was stamping out her page titles. And it was back in the day where we used stickers a lot to scrapbook. And so, of course, being frugal, I saw the possibilities of not having to buy letter stickers, and I could stamp my own. And that is how I was introduced to Stampin' Up. And that demonstrator and I are friends to this day, and that's where we met. I could not get enough of stamping, and I loved the idea that once you bought the stamps, you could just use them over and over and over again. And well, here I am, and it has been 12, 13 years. Well, no, that was about 23 years ago, maybe. My son was a baby, so that's how I know that. All right, so we have them on different sides now. Phew, that was painful, you guys. Let's go ahead and add a little bit of adhesive here. I'm kind of doing both cards assembly lines. That way we can just pop them together in a moment here. I hope I've done these right. I'm not quite sure, but we will find out. All right, let's go ahead and finish it up. So remember, the large sunflower goes towards the top. Let's make sure my opening is in the right place. And I'm just gonna put this down flat. So remember I said we tied the linen thread just around the mat that we stamped or we colored on. And then let's add a little bit of adhesive. And I'm going to put this down flat right on our card front. Oh my gosh, this is so lovely. Lovely, lovely. Isn't it lovely? And it doesn't need much. Let's grab some Stampin' Dimensionals, because nothing is ever 100% flat in my world. Let's see, I might have to move that bow over just a little bit. Oh, I can't, can I? I stuck that down without thinking. So we'll have to put this on the side here. Oh, that's okay. It looks pretty good there. Do you think it looks good there? I don't want it to cover the lovely sunflowers. Oh my, what is a girl to do? Maybe we can change the orientation. Let's try that. Probably should have thought of that first, but I didn't. Let's just change the way these are facing. Because when you're creating, you can do whatever you want to. It's your party. There. All right, let's add a couple of dimensionals to the back, and I think a couple of embellishments, and we are done. I love this. What do you guys think about the masks? Aren't they cute? And very simple. All right, here we go. Let's put this here. And then we'll do the other, and then we'll grab our embellishment. Let's see. I want to make sure that I'm not covering all of the flower. Okay, this one's better. We might need to cut the ends of our bow just a little bit. That's one big bow. Here we go. Let's chop it down just a bit. Oh, that one's good. Okay, grab a couple of dimensionals. And then we're done. And then the embellishments I think are really, really cute, but this mask is super, super pretty. And you can also, I'm going to show you in a moment. Initially, when I was trying to decide, I grabbed crumb cake. I think I could have moved my bow over a little bit. And it looks good on crumb cake too. So you can, not on super dark colors, but you'll be able to use this mask. You'll be able to use it with slightly darker colors. I'm going to show you in a moment what it looks like on the crumb cake. I think this looks so beautiful both ways. What do you guys think? Thank you. I do prefer it with the embossed. What do you guys think? Do you prefer it with the embossed? But I love color. There's the embossed. Let's get close. And then here is the other. So gorgeous. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to grab our adhesive back speckled dots. And now you see why I said we might grab the old olive. Let's find the opening here. I think we're going to use the old olive and just sprinkle a few around, and we're done. Let's use our take your pick tool. and one at the top and 2 small ones at the bottom. That's my normal go-to. Let's see, we'll do it opposite on this one. And you could totally add more, but I seem to always gravitate towards 3. All right, and we have finished cards. Anna, oh yes. Yes, you guys are saying the embossed. Amy says the embossed. Hi, Amy. Is your fave? Marie, Anna, it is, isn't it? I don't know. That embossing just gives it a lot of character. This is really cute, but that embossed is really very nice. So what do you guys think? What do you think about those masks? Aren't they easy peasy? And I can't wait to, these are just about, just bigger than a mat. Let me kind of put it down. So can you see how easily this could be a background? Oh, thank you. Beth says cool. The same with the snowflakes and the leaves. You can just color cover your layer and use whatever colors that you like. So, all right. So don't forget the name of, oh, I was going to show you before we go. This is what it looks like on crumb cake. Isn't that nice? I think I'll finish this one off too. I thought that it would be a little bit easier to see on camera if I use the very vanilla. So that's why I went with that. But initially, the crumb cake is what I wanted, and I think it's scrumptious. I just love it. So the masks are called Abundant Beauty. And you get the layering, you get all of this. So you get the layering sunflower. These are super, super cool. And then the ones that I just showed you. We also used the adhesive back speckled gems. The die cut again is from something, oh gosh. It coordinates with two-tone flora. I don't know why, I can't remember that. And then the masks are in the mini catalog on page 47, and they pair them with, and this stamp set has super cute sentiments. You're in my heart and prayers, just for you, so very proud of you. Hope you're feeling better soon. So thankful for you. Hope your day is a happy one. Aren't these great sentiments? And look how many, and there's a vertical. You see that happy birthday is vertical? I love vertical sentiments. Your kindness is so appreciated. Be grateful for what you have and be proud of who you are. Isn't that nice? And then knowing you brings joy to my heart. And lastly, just love spending time with you. So these sentiments are really, really nice. It's just that I wanted something big to go across the front of the card, which is why I used something different. And then we used blending brushes. So these are super, super convenient. If you don't have these and haven't tried them, they're worth a try. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and say good night. We've used up our time. It's after 8. So 8 o'clock is where I aim for. That gives us 45 minutes. And we have reached that threshold. I know that you guys want to get on with your evening. We still have Friday to go, but Friday brings the weekend. I hope that you are someone who gets to stay home on the weekend and that you don't have to work, because then that gives you time to be crafty, right? Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you. I never take you for granted. Thank you for allowing me into your space. I will be back here next week to share with you. So I hope to see you then, Thursday at 7:15 p.m. So have a great night, everyone. Thank you, Nympha. I'm so glad you had a great time. Have a great night, and I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.